You've seen the glitz, the glamour, the legends of the NBA. But what about the stories the league would rather you forget? What about the scandals that nearly tore the game apart, hidden deep beneath the surface? Today, we dive into 5 NBA scandals so dark, you'll barely find them on Google. The ones they truly didn't want you to know about. The year was 2007. The NBA prided itself as the ultimate symbol of sports integrity. But deep inside the league's own structure, one man was about to shatter that illusion. His name? Tim Donaghy. An NBA referee, respected, trusted, and corrupt. Donaghy became the central figure in one of the most explosive scandals in NBA history. He wasn't just making calls on the court, he was betting on the very games he officiated. And worse, he manipulated the outcomes to serve his own bets. An FBI investigation later revealed the scale of the operation. Donaghy had ties to professional gamblers, and for nearly 2 seasons, he provided inside information, directly influencing point spreads and results. Netflix's 2022 documentary Untold, Operation Flagrant Foul tells part of this story. But the full truth goes even deeper. In interviews, Donaghy admitted that the real danger wasn't just the referees or players, it was the unseen insiders, trainers, equipment managers, assistant coaches. The people with access to injuries, player readiness, and locker room secrets, the kind of information that could shift millions of dollars in bets. For the NBA, this was a nightmare.
I was not actually in these games, fixing the games and throwing calls to win a bet.
You expect us to believe that you did nothing to manipulate the outcome of an NBA game?
Everybody's entitled to their opinion, but I can just go back and tell you again that the FBI and even the NBA concluded without a doubt that I did not fix NBA games.
Integrity was the league's currency, and it was now in tatters. Donaghy served prison time. But to this day, questions remain. If one referee could do this, how many others were tempted? And how vulnerable is the game still, when information flows behind closed doors, beyond the reach of fans and officials? It was the early 1950s. College basketball was America's most beloved sport. And one team stood above the rest, the City College of New York, CCNY. But behind the scenes, a storm was brewing. A scandal that would rock the basketball world to its core and nearly destroy the game itself. The scheme was called point shaving. Mobsters approached college players, offering cash to subtly manipulate game outcomes. Not to lose outright, but to win by fewer points than the betting line predicted. In 1951, the scandal exploded. Authorities uncovered that 7 top colleges, including CCNY, were involved. Players were shaving points, mob money was flooding the games, and the integrity of college basketball was shattered. At the center of it all were 32 players arrested, many of them CCNY stars, young men who would never play professional basketball again. The story faded from headlines, but its impact lingers. NBA legends like Nat Holman were caught in the crossfire. And for years, whispers of point shaving haunted the league's reputation. Today, this scandal is barely mentioned, a relic of a darker time. But the lesson remains clear. When money and basketball intertwine, the game itself is at risk.
The Boston College Eagles were just another college basketball team until organized crime came knocking. At the heart of the scandal was a scheme known as point shaving, where players were bribed to subtly control the point margin of games to benefit gamblers. This time, the mob wasn't just any local group. It was the infamous Lucchese crime family, one of New York's most powerful mafia organizations. The plan was simple. Key players from Boston College would accept money to ensure their team didn't cover the betting spread, helping the mob win big on illegal bets. Over the 1978-79 season, several games were fixed. Players deliberately missed shots, made lazy passes, and slowed the pace, all to shave points. But as the scheme grew, so did the attention. Federal authorities caught wind of the operation, and soon FBI agents were listening in on mob-controlled phone lines. In 1981, the scandal came crashing down. Mobster Henry Hill, the real-life figure portrayed in the movie Goodfellas, turned informant and exposed the entire plot. Ultimately, 3 Boston College players were convicted, along with multiple mafia members. And while the NBA itself wasn't directly involved, the scandal cast a long shadow over the entire basketball world. It proved one chilling fact. When organized crime sets its sights on basketball, even the purity of the game can be corrupted. The NBA, once again, finds itself in the middle of a betting scandal. This time, it's not a forgotten story from the past. It's happening right now. At the center of it all, Jontay Porter, a forward for the Toronto Raptors. Porter was implicated in a scheme to manipulate his own game performance, for profit. How? By secretly collaborating with gamblers, he allegedly faked injuries and underperformed during games, enabling massive betting wins on the undermarket for his points, rebounds, and assists. In one game, Porter left early, citing illness, just after large bets had been placed predicting his poor performance.
Any player who directly or indirectly wagers money or anything of value on any game shall be subject to a penalty. The penalty for such offense shall be within the absolute and sole discretion of the commissioner, may include a fine, suspension, expulsion, and or perpetual disqualification.
And the same suspicious pattern happened again, drawing the attention of the league and law enforcement. The NBA launched an immediate investigation. What they uncovered was stunning. Not only had Porter allegedly coordinated with gamblers, but the scheme had connections to Shane Hennon.
Look, for all the people reaching out about this article about the Jontay Porter case, all right? There's another Shane Hennon out there. This Shane Hennon is not me. This Shane Hennon got in trouble for the Jontay Porter case. I have no idea what happened in that case, but this guy was 39 years old. He was in Vegas. He got arrested, all right? I'm 32. I'm in Minnesota, in a town of 600 people. I'm hanging out with my son. He needs a diaper change. We're watching Seinfeld. I know you guys are all concerned because my name popped up. It's a different Shane Hennon. Super weird coincidence because it's an NBA player and I'm a basketball trainer. Just a classic situation of 2 people having the exact same name, which is unfortunate because if you Google my name now, it pulls that article. And then right below the article are all my training videos. So that's going to be fun to deal with. Anyways, I appreciate the concern. I am not 39 years old. I do not live in Vegas, and I've never been on sports in my life. So they got the other Shane Hennon, I guess. I don't know, different guy.
An NBA trainer, now accused of organizing one of the largest player betting rings in league history. Federal prosecutors described the plot as the most significant sports betting scandal of the decade. And as of now, Porter faces a lifetime ban from the NBA, while the investigation continues to expose deeper layers of corruption. For fans and the league alike, this was a chilling wake-up call. If a young player like Porter could be drawn into such a scheme, how safe is the game really from the growing shadow of sports betting? And perhaps the most disturbing question: how many more cases like this remain hidden, waiting to be uncovered?
5 scandals that shook basketball history. And 4 of them, hidden so well, most fans never hear about them. But here's the real question. How many more scandals are out there, buried, forgotten, or waiting to be uncovered? The more you look into the game's dark past, the more shadows you find. And in today's world of massive betting markets and billion-dollar sports empires, the risks are bigger than ever. Which of these stories shocked you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We want to know what you think.